Um, First and foremost, the crowd was unbelievable. And you know, when you get a crowd like that, you know, you want to play well for them so they'll continue to come back. But I was very pleased with that. You never know what to expect when you come off of Christmas, from crowd to your team. And this was a game that we wanted to put on a schedule with Western, and they couldn't play at a different date because I think their conference season starts a day or two ahead of ours. So we had to play it, you know, on the 28th. I would have preferred to play on the 29th. So this was kind of like you normally have like your third practice and then you play a game. Well, this was our second. We had two practices and then a game. So I felt like we were a little bit sluggish at times, you know, just trying to get our legs back up underneath of us. But we also wanted to play a very bland game, very vanilla game. We put in about 4 different plays and we didn't run any of them. Defensive coverages, we kind of stuck to just one scenario because obviously when you're going to play in the SEC coming up the next week, you know that everyone's going to be watching you. But we thought we could, you know, we just play a simple way. But you give credit to Western. Ray does a really good job. Really good job. It's fun watching them. He has a very talented team, a very seasoned team. I think they're going to win a lot of basketball games, especially when they start playing in their conference, and they've already started winning a lot. But it was a good test for us, and I thought we came through pretty well. We've got some things we need to work on.
Carolina and Tanya.
Coach, 11 for Sanaya Tyler today. What did you see from her this week that gave you that confidence, and what worked for her today?
You know what? Right before we went to pregame today, she and I had a heart-to-heart, and I shared experiences that I had as a player. My first year, I played for a coach, and he got fired, and then my coach, Lefty Giselle, came in my second year, and I know the transition. It's a transition, you know. And she went, and you know, she was playing for Cairo last year. The last 2 years, you going into your third year, you feel like you know a lot what's going on. Then all of a sudden, here comes a new coach who has a totally different system, totally different style, totally different everything. And it's taken her a little while to understand what it is that I wanted. And we had a heart-to-heart. And I told her, I said, you need to do all the little things. You need to play good defense. You need to come out there and give us things that we don't have. And, you know, that's a person being able to go downhill a little bit. And I said, you just need to play hard. And you have to make me play you. And she got an opportunity tonight, and she stepped up and she did it. So I was very happy for her because she's been nothing but receptive to what we're doing. She's not, you know, even though her minutes have like plummeted from last year, she has not been a distraction. And I would like her to be a little bit more assertive. But this is a spark that we need. We're going to need this from her because she's the only one, her and Cassidy, that have played significant minutes in the SEC. And so she understands that, and we're going to need that push from her. But I was very happy for her, first and foremost, because, like I said, she's been very receptive. She has not been, you know, a distraction at all, and hopefully this will spark her to have more and more confidence.
Kai and then Josh.
Coach, you know, now 11 wins, and looking at last season before you came here, just 12 wins for the team. Do you see that as a success, and if not, what is success for you?
You know, what happened here last year, I wasn't here, you know, so it's not a benchmark for us at all. And what we're just doing is we won 25 games last year. You know, we won 31 the year before that. So you set your own benchmarks for what you think that particular team can do. And so, you know, everything that happened here last year, you know, we don't know. You know, we have no idea. It's kind of like the same thing when people tell me how beautiful Historic Memorial is compared to what it was. Well, I don't know what it was, you know, so we're just going off of what it is now. And that's what we're doing here. So 11 wins is really good out of 11 tries, and we're going to continue to just try to win them all and just play good basketball every day.
Josh Brand.
Coach, you out-rebounded Western 41-26 tonight, but they ended up having 2 more possessions than you guys did. Can you speak to your efficiency on both ends of the floor?
Yeah, you know, I thought we did a good job of rebounding the basketball. I think they kind of spooked us in the beginning. She got a couple of offensive rebounds, and out of nowhere, you know, Meade came in and was, you know, stripped her. And I know she was probably thinking, you know, where the heck did she come from? Because it's very unorthodox. You don't see guards leaving players, especially on All-American, to go and strip a post player. And so we had to make adjustments there. Like I said, we kept it vanilla on the defensive end, and we chased them a couple times, and they were shooting a lot of contested shots, so we did a really good job of cleaning up the boards from that end. But they make you play a different way. They make you defend for a very long time, and then they try to capitalize off of a mistake that you might make. But I was pleased with our effort and what we did, considering the way we were playing.
Kind of two-part, one for the coach, one for the players. So, Coach, Georgia's second game in a row, early foul trouble. Talk about that. And Clara, 6 offensive rebounds by early in the second quarter. Just I wanted to know what you were seeing out there, grabbing rebounds so much tonight.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something we always focus on, having the bigs crash the boards, obviously. I think if there's 3 of us all crashing the boards like that, one of us are bound to get it. So I think just being aggressive with that and knowing that can lead us to extra possessions and extra points. So I think that's really important.
We spoke about Georgia's situation. It's the second time in a row, as you mentioned. She has to play smarter. She has to understand that if she's not in the game, it disrupts a lot of the things that we do. But I was very pleased with the group in the second quarter when she was out. I think we extended the lead. They did a really good job. Deja Law played some of the one for us. I think that's when ST was in. They did a really good job. And but she, in order for us to go forward and be successful, she's going to have to be on the floor and give us opportunities. And she understands that. She when she got the second one this time, I wouldn't even look at her. And she was trying to explain to me what she was doing, but it was kind of like a parent. Your kid just did something really stupid. I just walked away from her. And before I didn't want to say anything I was going to regret. So then I came back to her afterwards. But she understands her importance to this team, and she can't get her second foul like that.
Jordan Sierra.
Coach, obviously turning the table into the next year, SEC play, one for you and one for Claire. What's the thing you've maybe been most proud of the team so far this season, and what's one thing that you guys still need to work on?
I've been extremely proud with the way that they've come together. I got their grades the other day. It was over a 3.5 collectively as a group. They're always doing the things they're supposed to be doing. They're always on time. They're always respectful. And I think that has accumulated into a really good team. And they're not always perfect, but they always have perfect intent. They work hard. They're fun to be around. And I think we're a lot better after Game 12 than we were after Game 1. And so we're going to continue to work and get better. And obviously with the SEC, there's going to be some very difficult basketball games. And we will adjust as the season goes along. But they are fun to be with. They're fun to, when I walk into Joe Kraft, it's fun to get to work with this group of kids, and they're setting the foundation for what I think can be great things to come, not only this year but for the future. And but that's been a joy for me. That's a coach's dream, to watch a team develop into something that's very special and that it's fun to be around. These are great kids.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the way that we just came together, you put we have 13 players together who most of us have never played together before. I think that you can take a risk there, but I think the way that we learn to play for each other, even with knowing each other for such a short period of time, and just the way we all can get along and just push it out for each other, I think that's really a special thing.
I think it's really special too for a group that has never been together before, and we have 25 assists. That means that they're playing together. They're playing for each other, and that's a lot of fun to watch. You didn't see us, just dribble. We're going to pass the ball, move the ball, and the beauty is that we can get it from a lot of different people. It's not just Georgia that needs to set people up. D-Law had 6 assists tonight. Clara's, one of the top passing post players in the country with her assist levels. But so their versatility and just their willingness to come together has been a lot of fun.
I talked to Georgia just about how this is the first time being Western since 2003, and then she brought up first time being Louisville since X amount of years. Just what does it do for a team so new to be able to break streaks, break records, and that kind of thing early on? What does that do for the team?
This is the first time we beat Western since 2003.
We have a 2-game losing streak against Western.
Oh. It's good. It's good, you know. But you know, I have so much respect for that program, and I think it's a game that we need to play because look at the crowd tonight. A lot of familiarity with it. Two programs that respect each other, and so again, for us, we are glad to be a part of this journey. But even if we don't understand it all the way, but thanks for letting us know. But like I said, we just put our heads down and just try to play them one at a time. And I think when you come from a situation, we've been here before when we're trying to build a program, you know, where we were previous, and then you had a lot of firsts. You know, I remember the first time we beat Notre Dame. I remember the first time we beat Louisville. I remember the first time we beat a lot of those teams. And we just bring in that mentality here that we expect to win basketball games. So we're just glad to be a part of it.
We'll close it out with Phoenix, Caroline, Josh.
Deja, you touched on this a second ago, she's had 5+ assists, I think 4 consecutive games now. Has that kind of been part of the game plan, or is it just kind of just happening because, you know, ball's coming away from Georgia a little bit now, too?
It's kind of funny. What game was it that I yelled at her?
I think like 2 games ago.
2 games
Yeah.
ago, and she missed an opportunity to pass the ball out, and she pulled up and she shot it. I didn't yell, but I just alerted her to another opportunity because we always want to get the best shot. And ever since then, she's been passing a lot. So it's not by design because we want her to shoot the basketball, but Georgia is being a little bit more aggressive with her shots, and she facilitates it. We put in a couple plays that D-Law will be the facilitator for Georgia to be able to come off and catch and shoot. And but you know, the beauty is that D-Law, Deja's been a scorer, and for her to come in here, just want to be a part of something special, it's really refreshing because she'll do whatever we ask her to do to help us win.
Clara, it's the end of the non-conference, 12 games in. What gives you confidence in this front court group headed into SEC play?
I would say like the way we work together. I think that all of us, we practice it a lot, obviously, working together in the post, but I think that we really, like I said multiple times, like we play for each other. I think that we've learned a lot. We've learned each other. We can do, I'm trying to think, we can do a lot. I think that that's really special for us.
I think it's really neat. We were starting to call them the triplets. You know, those 3, and they can get in a situation where they can switch when they're involved with anything. They can switch. And I don't know what trip we were on, but they're like, we're the Cats. And I said, yeah, I know we're the Cats, but you know, you guys can do this. And I said, no, we're the Cats. And I'm like, what does that mean? Clara, Amelia, and Tiana, and so they can switch. And I'm like, oh my goodness, but that was pretty cool. But those 3 have formed, you know, a bond, and where they can be so versatile and do a lot of different things. I think that helps us a lot.
Coach, defensively, Western worked really hard to get you out in transition night. They were running a lot of cross-court passes, and you mentioned trying to get your legs back beneath you. How do you think this will apply in the SEC play?
You know, tonight was tonight, and it was the 3rd day we were back. You know, when you think about it, you get 5 days off. You come back on Wednesday, and then you play on Saturday. You know, so like that's a nightmare. But you know, you use a game like this to get your legs back. They have a very distinct style where they push it up, and they're very aggressive in pushing it up, almost to the point where if they make a mistake doing it, it's okay. And so they did catch us a couple times where we were not back and ready to defend. And we'll watch film, you know, tomorrow, and we'll address that. And we understand that that's going to be something that a lot of SEC teams will play, and they'll play a similar style to that.
We'll actually close it out with Sierra.
Okay. Do you guys have any New Year's plans or New Year's resolutions?
My New Year's resolution is to give Coach Brooks more energy.
Yeah. She has to give me more energy. The beauty with her, it's funny because before the game, I talked to Elizabeth Kitley, and we were FaceTimed, and like the similarities between those two are very similar but very different. And the similarities is that they are relied upon at a very early age in their career for the success of the team, and I'm allowing her to do it her way. But what I can see from her is that she has so much information in there that she's not letting out. She knows what's right. She knows what's wrong. I need her to converse with me throughout the game so she can tell me what's going on, what she sees, how they're playing, or what play she likes. And when she gets to that point, that will give me energy, and it will give me, something to be able to feed off of. And I need that from her. But also she needs to be the anchor for our defense because she knows what's going on. She just sometimes she says it, sometimes she keeps it in. She has to come outside of herself and do that for us. So, but other than that, superstitions or I've never kept a New Year resolution. I've never done it. I think I've said it, but I've never been able to do it. But it'll be the new year. We're excited for it. We're looking forward to new conference for us. It's different for us. We're going through it. And years past, I would know exactly who we were playing, what the gym was like, what the travel was like. Everything now is new. Everything is new. So we've had one road trip, and it was to Carolina. Well, I know that place. So now it's going to be exciting to see different venues and to be able to go out there and represent Kentucky.
We actually are closing it out with Grayson, and if you don't mind, tell him where you go to school.
I go to school at Frederick Douglass.
Okay.
And I want to know how it feels to conclude non-conference play undefeated at home.
That's the best question tonight now. Good question. You always want to protect home court. You always want to protect home court, and that's like a you value that. It's a sense of pride, and because you play for more than just the team. You play for the name on the front. You play for Big Blue Nation, and when they come into the building, you want to represent in front of them. And so for us to be able to go undefeated, putting together a new basketball team, it's a sense of accomplishment for us. I'm very, very proud of that situation because to win a basketball game at this level is hard. It's very hard. And so for us to be able to win all of them so far that we played through non-conference, I think it gives a sense of pride to BBN. And it's fun when you go to, what's the mall? Fayette, and you're in there and people are wanting to take pictures with you, because you're doing a good job, you're winning. And I think that goes along with the pride of BBN.
All right, that's it.
Good question.
Coach's call-in show starts this coming Monday from 7 to 7:30 on 6:30 a.m. WLAP.
Wow. Happy New Year, guys.